Hi everyone, welcome to this week's live chat. How is everyone doing? It's Thursday, nearly the weekend. We're nearly there. Oh, hold on, I'm getting an error on Facebook. Hopefully I'm live. If anybody pops on, let me know because it said a query. So hopefully I'm live. Anyway, it's saying I am. Definitely am on Instagram, so fingers crossed everything goes well. Hi, nice to see you. Right, before we start this week's live chat, which is all about the podcast that I launched this week, and that was around taking the fear out of investing in yourself, because that can be scary and it can be daunting. So I want to pull a card for us all and get us all in the right vibration. And hi Sarah, hi Divine. So, right, the card we have pulled is Deep Replenishment. So I love this card. These are Work the Light cards by Rebecca Campbell. So if you haven't got these are incredible. Everybody needs to set these in their life. And it's saying, retreat, rest and be held. We have just been through a huge supermoon. So if you haven't felt that energy, full moon, which was a supermoon, which means it's the closest to the earth. So it's literally the most powerful that we've had in a while. Plus we've had all these eclipses. We've been through some big energetic shifts lately. And you might have been feeling it. And this is what this card's saying. It's all about our emotions. So the moon is constantly linked to our emotions. It's bringing things up that we've tried to bury, or we've tried to hide, or we've tried to forget, or we thought was in the past. We've brought all these things up, and the moon just kind of highlights it very nicely and goes, yeah, do you remember this? Do you remember when you did this? And it makes you feel sometimes a little bit, it makes you feel like things are harder than they are. But what the moon does, and the energy of the moon, it brings in everything that you need to clear. It isn't doing anything to you. It isn't making things harder. So if you've felt lots of emotions lately, it isn't about anything being harder. It's an actual gift because it's saying, let's get rid of it. We don't need that. That isn't where we're going. We don't need any of that. So let go. So this card's just saying you've been through a lot of emotion, a lot of transformation. So give yourself the time to rest. Give yourself the time just to let it all go. And once you rest, actually you energetically shift quicker. So we often think we've got to shift by doing. Let's get the journaling going. Let's get some good meditations going, all that stuff. And we actually put actions around our spiritual practice, but we don't need to do that. Just rest, have fun, play, do something crazy, do something out your comfort zone that you haven't done for a long time, and just let yourself enjoy them things that you've brought in and ready to let go. You don't need to take them any further. And that's it. That's it done. So that's the vibe of tonight, and that's a good one. So if anybody is live, just pop any comments in and let me know you're here. And tonight I am talking about the scary thing when we start to invest in ourselves and when we start to invest in our own personal development, which can be really like, am I buying this? Am I buying that? You know, it can be really scary at first. And I remember when I first started to learn about manifesting and limiting beliefs and letting all this stuff go, I literally went for every free thing going. It was like, how many free things can I fit into a week? I was on webinars, I was on masterclasses, I was literally like, give me it. And I wanted everything for free. And that was great, but it gave me so much. I was constantly like, I've learnt this, but then there's a gap. And I've learnt this, and then there's a gap. And the thing is, I was constantly searching and not really getting what I needed because I wasn't saying I was worth it. And what happens when we're investing, we always think we're buying something from someone else. Like, we're like, right, well, everybody knows I've got the boot camp out at the minute. You all know that. So you'll be thinking, well, I'm buying the boot camp from Rachel. I am going to be giving her money. I'm buying the boot camp from Rachel. And what actually happens is the boot camp isn't about me. I've done the boot camp. I do the boot camp all the time. What the boot camp's about, if you think about buying it, and this is any personal development course or anything where you're investing in yourself, is you are investing in your next version of you. You are never ever investing in the other person. What you are giving money, you are giving energy, you are giving time to that next version of you. You are saying that that next version is worth that money, is worth that time, is worth you putting that money towards it, is worth you saying yes to yourself. That is what we do when we invest. But because we've been taught that, certain things, it's a bit of a scam, that, isn't it? Like, what are you paying your money for? What are you doing this for? And yet we think it's fine for people to get in about 50 grand's worth of debt to go to uni and get a qualification that they're never going to use. But actually, when it comes to investing in yourself to do something around your own mindset, your own beliefs, your own energy to make you feel better, suddenly it's like, should I be spending $200 or £200? And we just go into this place of lack. And what you've got to weigh up is, what are you drawn to? Remember, you are always in charge of everything. So your energy should be running the show. Not your ego, not your mind. So start to think of remember, I always say your desires want you more. So your desires have already written the roadmap of how you need to get to where you want to be. That's already the route. And what you'll find is that actually you're being nudged in the direction of certain things. You're being nudged to follow certain people. You're being nudged to see what they're doing. You're being nudged to hear about different things. So whether it's like you nudged to hear about astrology, human design, coaching, all this stuff, you will be nudged by your desires to get you to exactly where you need to be. So you've got to start thinking, where are these nudges taking me? Because these nudges are what are leading you to your desires. Your desires are there going, ding, 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 this is the path, come on. Are you going to follow it? Are you going to finally see that you're worth it? Are you going to finally see that you need to put this energy and time and all this stuff into it? Like, this is the route, I'm giving you it, like, this is the way. And yet we sit back and we're like, no, it can't be. Should I be doing that? Should I be putting this effort in? Should I be putting that money in? Am I worth it? Really the money should go to something else. All this stuff that we do to ourselves, whereas actually we're already being given the route. So what you've got to weigh up when you're investing in anything like this, it is never, can that person give me what I need? Because if you go into anything like that, if you go into a new course, a new learning, anything at all, thinking that person is going to give me what I need, you are going in thinking you are broken in some way. You need to go in and say, this is what I need to grow and expand me. I'm not going to look for them to fix me. I'm not going to look for them to be something above me, because I'm just going because they've got something that I need to hear. They've got something that I am drawn to and my desires have brought me to them. That is what we're meant to look for. So for me, I'm very, very impulsive. And what tends to happen with me is I very quickly get drawn to someone, and then there's something that comes out and I follow it. I'm very, very good like that. I follow the inspired action and I follow the way forward. But it can be really hard when we start to let our ego take over, because it will. It always tells you you're not worth it, you're not spending that money on yourself, you're not worth that next step. And really it gets really extravagant, because it tells you that them desires aren't even for you. It tells you that who are you to do that? Are you crazy? Are you mental? What are you doing? And actually your ego is a dirty little liar. It's always lying to you, constantly lying to you, constantly telling you you're not good enough, constantly telling you you shouldn't be doing things. And all it's doing is lying, lying, lying. And what it's lying for is it wants to protect you. It wants to keep you in that safe space, that comfort zone, where it knows you're going to stay small, even though it doesn't feel good. And this is the trick that the ego does. It doesn't matter if your comfort zone isn't a nice place to be. It's just what it knows. So it'll keep you there, and it'll keep you stuck, and it'll keep you there for as long as you keep listening to these lies. As long as you keep saying to yourself, you're not worth that time it takes to meditate every day. You're not worth that time it takes to put some energy and effort into something. It'll keep telling you that you're not worth it, whereas it's not telling you the truth. It never is telling you the truth. Your ego is a dirty little liar. So you've got to start to realise that actually your desires want you more. And when you get that excited feeling, when you get that expansive feeling, when you get that nudge that follow that girl, follow that woman, whatever she's doing, you know, have a look at that program, have a look at human design, have a look at astrology, whatever that is for you. When you get that nudge and that push forward and that, oh my God, that sounds exciting, that is your next step. That is where your desires need you to go. That is where your desires need you to jump into so that you can actually get them. Your desires have already written the map. They already know how to get you to where you need to be. And you might suddenly be like, why is everybody talking to me about this thing? And it's because you are meant to be listening and finding out about it and learning about it and investing in whatever it is you need to invest in, whether it's time, energy, or money. So remember that really your desires want you more. And when you get this nudge, when you get this niggle, you're meant to follow it. You're not meant to listen to the ego that is going to want to keep you small, tell you shouldn't be spending time on that. You shouldn't be spending money on that. You should be putting money towards your kids. You should be putting money towards the gym because you put weight on and all this stuff. Whereas actually, really the thing that you want to work on is your mindset. So, you know, you've got to start to think of what is it that you're really drawn to, that you're maybe like deep down going, that's not for me, or I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I can't do that on top of everything else. But yeah, it keeps niggling away and you keep getting drawn to something. And that's telling you that is where you need to invest. Either invest in your money, invest in your time, or invest in your energy. And when you do that, you are never ever investing in the other person. You are always, always, always investing in your desires, investing in that version of you that has it all. Literally, you are not investing in, I don't know, someone else's program. You're not doing that. You're not investing in that person. Because what they're doing, what they do, regardless of whether you buy that or not, they're doing what they do because that is their mission, that is their desires, that is their soul path. And what they've been told to do is bring other people along with them. If they're heart-centered entrepreneurs, that is what they're doing. So it doesn't matter whether you buy their course or not, but who it matters to is you. It matters to you. If it's something that you're drawn to, gets you excited, gets you thinking, yes, 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 I would love to do that if I could just make this work. That is your answer. That is the place you need to work from. And when you're ever thinking about making any investment in anything, you've got to check in with your highest desire, not your ego. Because your ego will tell you that you're not good enough, you shouldn't be doing it, you're crazy, you're mental, what are you doing? It'll tell you all them things. So you've got to start to build all of your decisions, not just investments, all of your decisions from that desire place. All of them decisions from that higher self. That's where we work from. That's where our zone of genius is. That's where our magic comes from. It isn't from the place that thinks it knows the route when it's never been somewhere. It is always from your higher self. So make sure you're always tapping into that. And the best way to do that, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling exhausted, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling run down, we've got the card tonight that's told you you've got to, it wasn't that one, sorry. You've got to rest and replenish. You've got to get this source built up. You've got to get this connection to your desires built up. So make sure you're taking the rest that you need. You don't have to be doing everything today. What you can be doing is doing the rest, getting the recharge, getting the downloads, getting the information, just slowly seeing what you're drawn to. And then think about, you are worth it. Those desires want you more. And however you get there, the path will unfold. The people will come, the right people will show up, and you will be exactly where you need to be. So never fear about investing in yourself. I really did at the beginning, and it was hard to hand money over to anybody because, to be honest, I didn't have the money to give. But what it's done, investing in myself, has actually brought more in. It's brought more wealth, it's brought more abundance. It's the energy exchange that went, if I know I'm worth it, the universe shows up. So please don't be scared of doing it, but tap into where you get your information from. If it's in your head and it's your ego telling you you're not good enough, you shouldn't be doing it, all that stuff, you need to take some deep breaths. You need to connect with that divine energy. You need to get the real answers to what you need to know. So I hope that helps, and this card will help you do it. And the podcast this week is Manifesting Straight Talk, and that was all about how I make big scary decisions and invest in myself, and it has paid off tenfold. And as well, it's paid off on other people. You know, the people you're impacting, the people you're working with, the relationships you're in, the friendships you're in, it makes a huge difference. So please don't hold yourself back from your desires just because you think you're not worth investing in at this time. Have a real think, because you really are worth investing in. So I hope that helps, and make sure you check out the bootcamp. If your business is in a place where you want to add that energy to it, you really want to expand and grow, then have a look at the bootcamp. The link is in the bio on Instagram. It's also in the bio on Facebook. So have a look, see if it's aligned with you, check in with your desires. It's always got to come from that place. And I put that out in my energy as well. I want people who want to work with me. Like, that is the power of it. So really think of, is that aligned for you, and will it work for you? Not will you be fixed, but will it work for you? Hi Nadine. So I hope that helps, and enjoy the podcast, and I will see you soon. So thanks everyone. Bye.